and welcome to another wonderful Wacky Wednesday. So today we are going to hear all about water. Water is so important that it was mentioned 722 times in the Bible. That's more than faith, hope, prayer, and worship's mentioned in the Bible. That's a lot. Water is so important that we hear lots of stories throughout the Bible using water. Think about Noah's Ark, the world was flooded with water, or how about Jesus' very first miracle? What did he do? He turned water into wine. Also, he walked on water. And another thing, what are we baptized with? We're baptized with water. So I have a story today. It comes from John chapter 4. So I'm going to read it to you now in my Bible. It says, Jesus had to go through Samaria. He came to a Samaritan city, which was near the land of Jacob, that he had given to his son Joseph. Jacob's well was there. Jesus was tired from his journey, so he sat down at the well. It was about noon. A Samaritan woman came to the well to give water. Jesus said to her, "Give me some water to drink." His disciples had gone into the city to buy him some food. The Samaritan woman asked, "Why do you, a Jewish man, ask for something to drink from me, a Samaritan woman?" You see, Jews and Samaritans didn't associate with each other during that time. Jesus responded, "If you recognized God's gift and who is saying to you, 'Give me some water to drink,' you would be asking him, and he would give you living water." The woman said to him, "Sir, you don't have a bucket and the well is deep. Where would you get this living water? Oh, you aren't greater than our father Jacob, are you? He gave this well to us, and he drank from it himself, as did his sons and his livestock." Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks from the water that I will give will never be thirsty again. The water that I give will become in those who drink it a spring of water that bubbles up into eternal life." The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water so that I will never be thirsty again and will never need to come here to the well to draw water." Jesus said to her, "Go get your husband and come back here." The woman replied, "I don't have a husband." "You're right to say, 'I don't have a husband,'" Jesus answered. "You had 5 husbands, and that man that you're with now isn't your husband. You've spoken the truth." The woman said, "Sir, I see that you're a prophet. Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but you and your people say that it isn't necessary to worship in Jerusalem." Jesus said to her, "Believe me, woman, the time is coming when you and your people will worship the Father neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. You and your people worship that you don't know. What you don't know. We worship what we know because salvation is from the Jews. But the time is coming and is here when the true worshipers will worship in spirit and truth. The Father looks for those who worship him this way. God is spirit, and it is necessary to worship God in the spirit of the truth." The woman said, "I know that the Messiah is coming, and the one who is called Christ. He comes, he will teach everything to us." Jesus said to her, "I am the one who speaks with you." So, the woman in today's story needed Jesus to change her life. She had done a lot of bad things, and Jesus knew all about those things. But he still loved her and wanted to give her the living water. Jesus wants to give that living water to me and you too. He wants to forgive you of all the bad things you've ever done, and he wants to help you live forever with him. So, a long time ago, towns would have a central well, and people would take their own buckets and go to the well and have to wheel them all the way down to the bottom and scoop up water and then pull the bucket back up and take it home. So that was a lot of work. It was really hard to get some water. It wasn't just as easy as going to your sink and turning on the tap like we do now. You know what happened whenever people were mean to each other? When some towns didn't like the other towns, they would go and they would put dirt and stones in the town's well. Well, what do you think that would do? That would block it. It would block the water and it would make it dirty. You know, we are a lot like a living well. And we want our living water to flow out of us. But sometimes we dirty up our own wells with sin. We dirty it up with lying or cheating or being mean to each other. And every time we do that, it's like throwing a stone in our well, and it blocks the living water from flowing out of us. And we definitely don't want to do that. We want to be like sprinklers that sprinkle blessings to everyone. In your Wacky Wednesday bag, you should have either a little fire hydrant or a little seal. So these are sprinklers that you can attach to your water hose, and you can have a water day and go play in the sprinkles of water to remind you to be a blessing to others and to sprinkle God's love on everyone you meet. I hope you have a wonderful time, and thank you so much for joining us today. We do still have about 5 bags left at the church if you know someone that needs one. So we'll see you next week. Bye.